Hi guys! Today I'm going to show you how to paint this beautiful nighttime winter cabin scene requested by Anna and Barbara. And what you'll need for this painting is some paint, of course, some acrylic paint, and you can use burnt umber, and you can use ultramarine blue, cad red, titanium white, and black. And the brushes you will need a flat bristle brush, probably a half an inch or an inch depending on the size of your canvas. Mine is 11 by 14, and a small flat sable brush or synthetic, and an even smaller brush for smaller details, and a couple of, or you can use a fan brush, it can be medium, and a small one if you have it. If not, I'm sure whatever you have there will be fine. So the first thing I wanted to do was do the very top first. I always like to work on sections first, and we're going to work on the top section there. So the sky part is very dark, so all you have to do is mix some black and some brown. If you don't have the colors that I mentioned, just use any brown, blue, red, some blue, and some red. That'll keep your colors nice and fresh. If you want more blue, you can. Depends on how dark you want your sky. And then just go over your sky with long strokes. See how nice and dark that is? Long strokes. Get a nice dark sky. So you're using your flat brush, flat bristle. You can also use a sable brush if you like. Get some more paint. If it doesn't mix exactly the same, it's okay, because skies have different colors in them. And there we go. Back and forth, long strokes. And that will give you a really nice blend of colors, even though it's one color. But you won't get any streaks. So get some more paint when you need it. Fill up your brush. Good. So I'm just mixing up my paints. Back and forth, long strokes. See how nice that sky is turning out? Good. So when you get that done, you'll have that much done. And then we can work on other things in the sky area. Long strokes. Good. Now see how I got a few streaks here, but I'm taking them out by going long strokes. Now what you can do next is take your fan brush and use the same color that you use for your sky. Just go into there and add some white to it to lighten it up, because now we're going to do some background trees. So the background trees are those there in the back. So what you'll have to do there is just take your fan brush and hold it so that it's vertical, and then start tapping. So you tap, 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 and just get your tops first. Get a top, and when you get your tops, leave those, but you can fill in the bottom part of the trees. And just tap along down here so we get some nice, get different heights, and that's all you have to do. When you run out of paint, just get a little bit more, because you don't want it too bright because it is in the background. Just tap, tap, tap. Good. You can go over some of the ones that you have done just to get them more pronounced and more shapely. Just tap away. Good. See how they're nice and faded out in the background? Isn't that pretty? So if you want to go over them a couple of times. When I did the painting, I went over my trees probably 3 or 4 times to get what I was looking for. So don't go thinking you tap, tap, tap a couple of times it's done. Go back over and tap on them again. Not too hard. Don't push too hard. And just tap on them till you get some nice trees. Good. And that's all you have to do for that part. See how easy that is? And we lighten some of those up now when we put the moon on there. Now, very good. There they are. See? That was done with a fan brush. So as long as you get your tops, it'll look like trees. Good. Now make sure your background is dry completely because we're going to put the moon on there. And what you'll need for this step is to get a toothpick or the back of your brush. You could use the back of your brush if you like for the stars. And something round for your, that's actually a sharpener, would you believe? So something round so that you can make a nice round moon. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take my round object and I'm going to dip it in some white paint. Now I got white paint on this and I'm just going to lay it on where I want it. Touch and pull away and you have a perfectly round moon. Isn't that cool? How quick and easy that is, and it's perfectly round. So just take some pure white paint on a small flat brush and paint it in. That easy. I try to make these lessons as easy as I can for you because a lot of people who watch my videos are beginners. And you can be at this, you could actually be painting for years on and off and you still feel like a beginner. Because there's always something new to learn. So you learn from many different artists and videos and books. And there's so much to learn because every painting is different. So it's different techniques, different brushes, different ways of doing things. Now when that dries, we can repaint it. So I'm going to let that dry and then I'm going to come back and repaint it so it's nice and bright and white. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my toothpick. I'm going to make some stars. So I'm just going to take my toothpick and I'm going to dip it in some white. Just the very tip of it. Just dip the very tip into some white. And just tap on some stars. And keep going until you have no more paint left on your toothpicks. That way you'll get big stars and small stars and far away stars. You can also make snow if you wanted to. Just instead of just going on the sky, all you gotta do with the snow is just go all over your canvas when you get it all finished. Or you can splatter it with white. Let's see, just keep going with the stars until there's no more paint on your toothpick. I'm just tap, tap, tapping away so you get lots of stars. Good. You put on as many as you want or least amount that you want, whatever you, this is your painting, so you decide how many stars you want. Alright, so that's good enough for me. See? Tap, tap, tap. Good. Now I'm going to give that little moon a little bit more paint. Nice bright white, so just plain white. Until you get it all on there. And try not to go outside lines because you got a perfectly round moon. You don't want to ruin the circle. Hey. Okay. Beautiful. So far, so good. So take that brush, now that it's all cleaned off, barely any paint on it, and start scrubbing around your moon. See, you can barely see it, but as you scrub in, it'll start coming to life. See, there we go. And that way you don't have too much paint on you. Now, if you're going, you don't want to go down under the trees, so just go on the side and scrub around and on top. Make a circle and go out as far as you can so that you get a glow. It looks like it's spreading out through the sky. Good. Go back in and get your, you have to scrub it on if you want to. As long as you go around and get that glow. And scrub, 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 scrub. Scrub your moon glow. There we go. It's a nice little glow. Now, so just keep doing till you don't have any more paint on your brush. That way the glow will look like it's fading off into the sky. Okay, and if you have to do some touch-ups, just go back in and scrub. Good. Wow, that's a nice glow. There we go. That rhymes. Now let's put some trees, bigger trees, in the right-hand corner. Now, I'm taking my fan brush. You can use a small one or the medium one. And you're going to go back in and get some black paint. So you want a really dark paint so it'll stand out because everything is really dark. So let's see how this works out. So just all you have to do is the same thing you did with the small trees. But this time you're going to make some bigger trees. So you're going to make tap and just tap, get your tops and tap again. Okay? And tap. And as you're coming over, get a bit smaller. Come down a little further to make small trees. So you get the bigger trees and you have some smaller trees right here. So they're going to be behind your cabin. So let's get those on there. We'll bring them over to about here. Maybe some little trees here. There we go. Good. So that's at least the shape. Alright. So that's just a shape for now, and then we're going to bring them to life. And what you're going to do is you're going to get some the black paint, and you're going to add some white to the black to get a grayish color with some blue. Okay, some blue and black, some red maybe, just to get something on there with a bit of white to lighten it up on your fan brush. And just take your fan brush and go back over these again just to get some shapes. There we go. Just tap, tap, tap again. Tap, tap, tap. I'm just using a smaller fan brush, but you can use the bigger one again. So let's see, it's just shaping up there now. We're just getting some trees in there. Make sure you get those tops. Good. Now we'll be going over these again, so don't worry. Like I said, whenever you do your paintings, you may have to go back several times. Right now we're just putting on some shapes the best way we can, and figuring out where everything goes, and then that's when you start doing your small details to get everything to look like the way you want it to look. So now we know where those dark trees are. See? Now they're not finished, but that's a start. Okay, good. Now while we're waiting for those trees to dry, let's take our tape off. Okay? So we'll take our tape off so that we can work at the bottom of the canvas. Good. Now the bottom of the canvas, the foreground, as you can see, is all snow and all kinds of things going on there. But as you know, we're just going to put some paint on there first to get it started. So get your flat bristle brush, medium or ½ inch or an inch, whatever you can work with. And just take the same color that you made with the sky. So just the brown and black and blue and red. And we lighten it up a little bit with some white. Just to get a nice dark color. This is going to be our underpainting for the snow. So just put that on down here. Doesn't matter how you put it on. Just to get the color on there, just get it ready for our snow. So you don't have to make your hills and everything now. You just want to get that paint on there. So keep going. Get it all painted down on the bottom. Good. Go up underneath here. I'll go up under there in a second. And we'll get all that on there. See, sometimes when I go back, the colors are different. I don't mind that. I like that, actually, because I'm getting all different shades. All different shades. Watch this one. It's almost a gray color. See, then you can use that for shadows under your snow. Nice. Yeah, there we go. Red and blue. Blue and red. Some brown. Some black. If you don't want to put the black in there, you don't have to. If you just want a really dark underpainting, purplish color underpainting, you can put just red and blue, a little bit of brown, and then you'll have a nice dark underpainting. Okay? So, let's just get that on there. Good. And once you get that on, then that's your shadow color for your snow. In order for white to look white, you have to have shadows under the white to bring out the white. Darks against the lights. Now, keep going up under there until you get that filled in. Good. Now the next step is to get some snow on that dark paint, and if you can, keep your paint wet so that we can put on our white snow, but yet we'll get some shadows. So if you're having a problem keeping it wet, just mist it. Mist, 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 mist. And that'll help keep it wet. So now, if your brush is dirty, that's okay. Pick up some white paint, and start putting on some snow. So we're going to go flat for now. We're not going to worry about putting all these details and everything, and we'll just put some snow on here and see how it picks up the paint underneath. That's what you need to do, see? And that way you get some shadows. And we will be putting more paint on top of that after, but just get this on there first. And see, you get some white on there. So when you get the white on, let the white shine through there. Don't keep going over and over it. That way what will happen is you'll just get one color. But right now we're just putting on some snow. So we're just going to put it on this way for now, just so we can get it started with the snow. Okay? You can go straight across if you like. Just want to get some of that snow on there. Good. And we will be we'll probably let this one dry, and then we'll start going in with some more snow. It'll be shorter strokes the next time. The stroke that you're using now, it's pretty straightforward. Just put it on there. Let it blend with the paint underneath, but don't let it blend to the point where it's only one color, because you want to get some of that white snow on there. That's good. Lots of paint on your brush. Good. Now, I know that looks like you're saying, where's the snow? But that's a start. That's a beginning. There's lots of ways to do paintings and start them, and you know, put your paints on. Everybody does it differently. I'm just trying my best to make it as simple as possible for you. So now we got some snow on there. That doesn't look too bad so far. Nice. So let's lighten up these big trees back here, the ones that are closer to us. These are the further away ones. And these over here that we tapped on some black to get some tree shapes back here, let's lighten them up so you can see them and see the shapes. So take your fan brush again, and this time with the dark paint that you used for your underpainting for the snow, mix that up and add some white. Okay, so just get some white and mix that in just to brighten it up a bit more on your fan brush. I'm using a fairly big fan brush, as you can see, and it's got bristles on it. So I'm just going to go back over those trees again, just so that they will stand out. See, there we go. Let's get your tops. Get your tops. Oops, wrong way. There we go. There you are. And get your top, and then just tap, 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 tap. Get some more paint. Get your top. We may have to lighten these up again after. Get your top and tap, tap, tap. Top and tap. Top and tap. How's that? Top and tap. Top and tap. Top, tap. See, they look more like trees now. So now you can see them. You can go back over them if you like. That looks better. Good. Now just add a little more white to your brush if you want to go back over them again. Just to touch up a little bit on the edges here. Just to brighten up the top parts here on the edges. Just the top parts. Leave the bottoms for now. Okay, good.